it is different than traditional. In traditional, you deliver complete solution at the end, whereas in Agile, you deliver functional modules or functions at the end of each iteration. It's a linear development, as we saw in the Waterfall, stepwise linear development, whereas Agile, it's a short iterations. In traditional approach, you lock down the change. You say, okay, no change requests. Or if the change comes, then it goes through a rigorous change request process. Whereas in Agile, you welcome change, you do experimentation, improvement, and reprioritization. In traditional, user specifies all requirements at start. Here, the user is embedded throughout the process. User is very heavily involved, customer is very heavily involved. The other way to look at the differences is in Agile development, there is a visibility throughout the project, whereas in traditional, the visibility is there in the beginning because you are doing the requirements, you are meeting the customer, and then at the end when you deliver the product. But here, since you are delivering at the end of each iteration, so there is a continuous visibility. Now talk about risk. In traditional, the risk is very high until towards the end when you deliver the product, and risk is high because when you deliver the product or when it goes to QA may report several issues, and when it goes to the customer may say, oh, this is not what I was looking for. So the risk remains very high until the end, whereas in Agile it starts dropping even at the end of first or second iteration, because you are giving something to the customer that they can implement and they can provide the feedback right away whether that is as per their expectation or not. Business value, the business value is achieved towards the end because you have not delivered anything to the business. Whereas in Agile you start delivering, so business value starts keep going. So visibility is throughout, risk is reduced quickly, and business value is delivered early on. So those are the kind of differences between traditional and Agile. There's another way of looking at traditional and Agile. In traditional, you fix the scope. You fix the scope and then estimate the cost and time. So these becomes constraint. You have seen the this triangle, cost, time, and scope. In Agile, you fix the budget, fix the time, but the scope is flexible, and that's why Agile is also called time boxed. So you fix the budget, fix the time, start your releases, start your iteration, and once the budget and time are over, your project is over, and by that time you delivered, if not all, then at least most of the scope and the items that are highly valuable to the customer. So if you didn't deliver 10% of the items, they were probably lower in the product backlog and the lower in business value, which is all right, because instead of extending the entire project and delivering everything at the end, you already delivered it and customer is using it. So this is a much better proposition for the customer.